Yes, people. Well, yes, person. Whoever that one person is in the stream. And this is the first time I've gone live on a Sunday ever, or at least one of the first times I've ever gone live on a Sunday. I said, yes, my brother, what are you telling me? Nah, man, just air. About to drop some gems. Nothing planned. Straight off the dome. So yesterday I was at work. So I was sitting in my car and I was on my JY's 2.0 account. And someone left a comment underneath one random video. How do you know all this stuff? I'm like, yo, are you mad? Yeah, and you see my name. I'm the wise man. Obviously, I've got a lot of lived experience and I'm a very observant person. So, and because I'm good at talking, I'm able to convey that message to you people. And I'm able to convey that message without having to script anything. Obviously, my opening line to a video, like, yeah, I might plan what I'm going to say. But for the most part, there's no script. There's not even for the most part, there's no script. I don't read off of a teleprompter, which is like a miniature screen that tells you what to say, almost like reading lines, off of a play or whatever in it. Straight off the dome. It's called talking extemporaneously. You know why? Because this shit is in my blood. I don't talk from a script. I don't read from a teleprompter. I'm talking from memory. I'm talking from real life experience. This is how I know this stuff. Obviously, being an observant person and having a good memory. Like I say to you lot, certain man have said some stuff to me in the past. And at the time, you don't really pay attention to it. But in the future, you're like, rah, I mean, a man might just drop a little one line, as I've said to you lot before, and 8 years later, you're thinking like, oh shoot, like my man was right, or what he said, that was kind of like inspirational and that at the time and afterwards. So a little one line that was said to me in the past, which complements this title of this live stream nicely. So obviously my name's Jay, I'm Jay Wise, but the original Jay Wise is my stepdad. He's a smart man. And when I was younger, you know, like when you're 16, 17, you think you know it all. He said to me, the ends don't care about you. You see these people that you're trying to build up a reputation to impress, guarantee you in 10 years' time, when you come out to Edman, whatever, you're not going to see them. My stepdad he's a Tottenham man, and he said, like, when he goes back to Tottenham, he don't see no one, but back in the day, he knew everyone in his area. Likewise, man will just walk down the road and just bump into bare people. You know what I mean? Like, not going to stop and talk to everyone, obviously, but man will just give man that nod. Now, the reason why what he said ties nicely into this live stream, because, well, the title of the live stream is because obviously I made a video the other day, or released a snippet from my live stream saying that, yeah, if I was ever in a situation where someone's trying to pin the blame on me, I'm snitching. Do you know why? Because all of this non-snitching and snitches get stitches, all this crap, blood, you're doing it to impress broadcast people that you're not going to see in 10 years' time. Imagine valuing, imagine caring about the opinions of broke people who in 10 years' time, the gal them, they're not gonna see their baby dad. The man them are not gonna look after their kids. All of them are going to be living in a council house or flat with some ratchet ass neighbors. Imagine worrying about the people who are at the bottom of the social economic scale's opinions. You shouldn't give a damn about no one's opinions. But God damn it, if you're going to care about someone's opinion, make them be of some value themselves. Why the hell would you care about low value people's opinions? And obviously, I don't rate people who, oh, it depends on who it is. If an old woman is scared, yeah, call the police. But like, I don't rate people who, you know, they start problems or whatever, or they think they're bad and then something pops off and that, and they're calling the feds. No, I don't rate that. But all of this, not snitching and that. Yo, I'm not going down for 5-10 years for someone. Or I don't give a fuck if it was a month. If I'm ever put in a position where I'm getting pinned for something and it's not me, I'm talking. People that look like me, we take this thing too seriously. Way too seriously. So seriously that there was a video, press 1 in the chat. These youths, black youths, probably from London, obviously. They got stuck in the lift and they were looking at each other like, yo, who's going to call the police? Who's going to call 999? They were stuck in the lift for about an hour. Press 1 if you've seen that video on TikTok. I swear, about within the last 30 days. About 4 black youths got stuck in the lift and no one wanted to call 999 to get them out of the lift. What? Fam, that's what I'm saying. Like, man, they're not even understanding what it means to be a snitch. You're just like, no, 999 is the number that I can't call. There's certain man, yeah, if their mum was in some sort of trouble, not even madness or violence, like, you know, their mum is sick, they would think twice about calling 999. Bro, you're not even calling 999 to snitch. You're calling 999 for the ambulance. Or let's say there was a fire, you're calling 999 for, you know, fire brigade service and that. A certain man would be thinking twice about that. I remember there was one time, one of the man them, yeah, his car got stolen or his car got broken into. He had to report it to the police. So he was telling us, remember, we were standing outside someone's house, we're talking. And he said to us, yeah, obviously my car got stolen or broken into, whatever in it. And the insurance people said I had to report it to the police. So he said, yeah, man, obviously, like, you get me? The insurance people told me I had to do it or else I couldn't claim on it because I need a crime reference. So yeah, man, I had to report it to the police. Like, proper justifying why he had to report that his car got broken into by the police. got broken into, why he had to contact the police. I'm thinking, even thinking about it now, I'm thinking, yo, I wouldn't look down, I wouldn't think less of a man if he had to contact the police, if the fucking insurance company has told him this is what you have to do in order to make a claim, bro. Now, obviously, if you kicked off beef and that and you end up getting stabbed and then you're talking, yeah, you're a dickhead. You're a dickhead. Because I kicked off beef, I punched one youth in the face, he went and called 4 or 5 man, and I end up getting bored. The police asked me, do you know who they are? I don't know whether I said I know who they are, but I definitely didn't give no names or no indication, nothing. So I'm not a chief. But if I'm ever in a position where, you know, the blame has been pinned on me and I know it ain't me, I'm talking. I don't give a fuck. Certain man won't snitch, certain man won't talk, not because they believe in this road code. They're scared of the repercussions. Yo, I will handle whatever beef can come to me. I can handle that much better than sitting behind an iron door for 5 years. Okay, you do 2.5. Congratulations, half your sentence. Now, obviously, I made a follow-up video to the initial video that was a live stream snippet saying I was snitch. And obviously, I said in that live stream snippet, you know, there could have been certain man where they're in the car and the blue lights pull them over, and then, you know, something ungodly is in the middle of the car and that, and then certain man are going to jail for something that's got nothing to do with them. That actually happened. I don't know if any of you lot have seen the follow-up video to that. That actually happened. Basically, cut the long story short, some youths, they're not like that, but some other youths who are GMs were pressuring them. I didn't know they were pressuring them at the time. I just heard, oh, you know, them GMs that I know that are associated to me, you know, they've got a driver, some youths, some 2 youths, they drive them about, and I just thought, oh, whatever, I don't care, don't know these youths. Come to find out, the GMs, they were pressuring them. The youths didn't want to drive them around, but they were scared of the repercussions. One day, months later, I don't know, at some point, them lot had something ungodly in the car with them, and the blue lights decided to pull them over. Now, this ungodly something has no owner because it's floating around in the middle of the car and everyone's talking. The youths that was carrying something ungodly, unJesus-fied, yeah, they end up getting away with it. I don't know how they end up busting that case, and the 2 youths, there can only be 1 driver, but the 2 youths that are not on it, they both end up in prison, and I saw them in ISIS. I don't know them, I just heard their name. Oh yeah, them 2. I don't even, like, they're so unknown, I didn't even know whether they even lived in Edmonton or not. So they definitely were not banging for the ends. But they went to an Edmonton school. Yeah, I ended up seeing them on the wing in ISIS. Now, I just saw them 1 time, maybe twice, and then they disappeared. They probably got moved to another wing or another house block. But when I saw them, I was like, oh shit, they're actually in, because I heard, obviously, yeah, them not going to prison for this thing. When I saw them on the wing, I'm like, oh shit, they're in jail right now, 2.5 years for something there that's not theirs, that they never had no intentions of doing anything. And the thing is, yeah, these youths, yeah, that they were with the GMs, they probably weren't even gliding. They probably weren't even going on a ride out. They probably just had it on them for whatever reason. Sometimes it's best to just deal with the beef rather than let man pressure you. No one's pressuring me. Big up man like Shane. Come on, brother. But yeah, I'm snitching. I don't give a fuck about nobody's opinion. I don't business, blood. You can call me a snitch, whatever, innit? Yeah, I don't care. I'm talking. I'm not getting locked up for 6 years because of the opinions of some broke people. Only broke people, only people who ain't going nowhere in life really care about this no snitching policy. Don't get it twisted. I'm going places in life here, but I just don't rate people who call the police when they're scared and that. If they act like they're bad. If you don't think you're bad, if you, not one part of you thinks, yeah, I'm tough and that, and yeah, you're the type to call police if you're in danger, then cool. But me, I ain't calling no fucking police if I'm in danger. Even one time, I told you already, I must have smacked up one gypsy outside of my house. I see him standing on the estate, calling people. I must have messaged, I told Nadi what happened, like, yeah, this is what happened, wherever. And she said to me, because she was living around the corner, she wasn't living at my house at the time, just 2 minutes drive. She was like, "You want to come stay at mine for the night?" And for a split second, I thought, yeah. And I thought, nah, it's cool. I will hold the fort. Don't get it twisted. I used to keep my little dipper. Yeah, you know what a dipper is, yeah? I used to keep it in my radiator. Yeah. Even now, I still keep my dipper in my radiator. This night, I had it in my hand. Yeah. Because them gypsy people are known to fly through your door. Yeah, they ain't knocking. They're flying through your door. Now, no one came back, but you don't know any. Me, I stay ready. I stay ready. So yeah, obviously, yeah, definitely not phoning the police. No way. The police even came to my house because someone must have reported that someone was getting an arse whooping. It was like, have you been assaulted or whatever? And I was like, nah, I'm cool. Get me. Don't want to give too much details and that. So, well, I didn't give no details. But yeah, I ain't calling the police if I'm in danger. Right, boom. So warming it up with the radiator is crazy. Oh, you're talking about the video where oh shoot, I forgot I spoke about the radiator. Yeah, shoot. Do you know what I was thinking? Because I released a reaction video where it was about homeless families. So they went to this kind of hostel place, mom and dad, son and daughter sort of thing. And for some reason, in this hostel place, they weren't allowed to have a microwave in their room. So you know what they had to do? Imagine being so down and out, such in a shit position in life because you ain't put the fucking work in. Imagine having to heat your food using a radiator. They were talking about using the radiator to heat the baked beans. How hot does your fucking radiator really get? To be fair though, radiators can get hot though. Like, even in my house, certain times I'll lean against the radiator. I'll sit on the floor and it will burn my back. So yeah, radiators can get hot. But yo, who the fuck's got time to be putting their food or their baked beans on a radiator for an hour for it to heat up to an optimal, more than lukewarm temperature? Yo, you need to make some changes if you're in that position. Why are you, as a man, even going on to pass on your genes if you end up bungled up in a fucking hostel with you, your cat, your dog, and your 2 children and that, having to put baked beans on a fucking radiator? You should be ashamed of yourself. What's the context to the title? I just thought I'd put "I will snitch." Yeah, get me. Just get a few eyeballs on the live stream, you know. Jay Wise, I'm done with certain women. They always say I can't handle them. I don't know what to do. What do I need to work on? I mean, if women say that you can't handle them, it's probably they might see you as being too soft. Let's say like they can make you act out of character. They can not just tease you, but they can really like say some things that are gonna hurt your feelings and that. Like, imagine I went out on a date with a girl, yeah. So I'm 5'9", so I'm not tall. If I'm sitting, I mean, I wouldn't do a dinner date, but let's just say do a dinner date, yeah. Or play pool. Imagine a girl try to troll me and try to take the piss and say, usually I go for guys who are over 6 foot. You're the shortest guy I've ever gone out on a date with. I wouldn't even respond. I'll be like, carry on with whatever is eating or playing pool and that. Certain man, they will get defensive and that, yeah, or it will really worry them. She's told you that to get a reaction out of you. I'm a very reactive person, but I know it's like I've got a sixth sense when someone's actually trying to draw me out. I wouldn't even react to it. Oh, it would be a mental no. Like, I know this person's just taking the piss, but there's certain things you don't react to. Now, if a girl pulls out her phone or tells you to shut up, oh, I'm gonna react. Yeah, it pretty much will be the end of the day, yeah. But there's certain things that I will react to. If I know a girl's just trying to take the piss, like, oh yeah, you're the shortest guy people gone out on a date with. Yeah, I ain't reacting to that. No way. So the reason why certain women say that you can't handle them, they might think that you're too soft, that they're tougher than you, or you don't know how to handle them. I don't know. Someone said that they're snitching too. Yeah, man, I'll snitch, blood. Like I said in that video, the live stream snippet, I know someone that witnessed their cousin get, yeah, and because they want to keep some street credibility, they didn't talk. Blood, each to their own, innit? Yeah, me, I'm not gonna not snitch because I'm afraid of how people think. I'm not gonna not snitch because I'm afraid of some beef. Bro, bring beef. I don't give a fuck, fam. Don't give a shit. Yeah. So someone's cousin is not around no more. And someone witnessed it and they didn't speak up because I know in the back of their, oh, I don't want to be labeled as a snitch. Then the person who done the drill is walking around making jokes, saying, oh, man, bust a mad charge. Me, I'm talking. Because deep down, the reason why people are not snitching is because they're afraid. You're afraid. You see, some people will think, oh, snitching is cowardly obviously snitching is cowardly, depends on what the situation is. But if you're scared to talk up because you're scared of what people are going to think, well, you're a fucking coward then, really. In a situation like that, you're being a coward then. So, but like I said, if people act like they're bad, yeah, because obviously I've had situations, people try it, you box them in their mouth and then they call in the police. Yo, you're a chief, blood. I've had it before. Obviously, I antagonized the situation by dashing, you know, a hand sanitizer bottle at someone's car. They got out, took off their glasses, picked up their trousers. I know what that means. I know what that means. Yeah, I've done that plenty of times. Yeah, I put my trousers up here over my tips to blood clot, ready to. Yeah, I know what that means. You ain't getting out of your car, picking up your trousers, and I'm gonna think that you're coming over the court. Boom! It was the best punch I've ever thrown in my life. One bang. I'm surprised he got up. Kicked him up his ass as well. The man lost the fight. Now he's pressing charges. Yo, you got out your car. Don't get out your car if you're not ready. I'm not saying that if a man get out his car, he deserves to have his thing, cut off and kicked around the street like a football. But yo, don't get out of your car, take off your glasses and pick up your trousers. What are you taking off your glasses for? You're taking off your glasses because you're getting ready to weave, duck, and bob. Yeah, I've never had a fight. Well, I don't wear sunglasses, but if I know I'm getting ready to beef someone, yeah, I'm not wearing no sunglasses. Yeah, I'm sure you lot have watched Baddies or something like that. The girls, they always take out their earrings and that. Yeah, you know what? You know, they take off their fucking wigs and that. Yeah, you gotta get ready. So you ain't stepping out your car and picking up your trousers. I'm not talking because what people will do, they will approach you, they will talk to distract you, and then they'll give you a right hook. Nah, it's not happening to me. Too experienced for that. I'm not saying I could never get caught out, but yo. No, I don't get it twisted. I don't watch Baddies, but when Nadia is here, she will put it on and I will watch it. But I don't even watch TV. I don't watch TV, man. See what I mean? See what I mean? My man said, yeah, Jay, what she says she wants more manly. So if she feels she would be the dominant one in the relationship, I guess I'm too nice. I mean, you see all of this niceness and that. You know what you just need to do, yeah? If you want to like toughen up as a man, you don't need to go around having fights with people, you know. Just set boundaries. And if people cross those boundaries, just remove them from your life. And after a while, once you start cutting people off or sticking it on people or whatever you want to call it, yeah, People, you will just ooze a certain energy about you. People will know, like, yeah, this guy is serious. Again, it's not about punching people up and that. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, a girl can think you're soft and that. As long as you put boundaries in place, yo, once she crosses those boundaries, boom, she's gone. But the thing is, yeah, you got to be willing to, handle the outcome. So, for example, I say no phones on dates. If I went out on a date with a girl, I know if I tell her put the phone away, some girls, maybe one or two, and I've had it happen before, are gonna say no. Well, then that's the end of the date. Then you got to be willing to. You can't say don't put away the. You can't say put away the phone and then she don't do it and then you're not willing to walk. Nah. And you never know. She might even chase you even harder if you do walk away. But it doesn't matter. You shouldn't be telling her to put the phone away and then she don't do it and you walk away and hope that she chases you. Nah, it's because you're dead serious. To be the greatest fighter in the world, you're gonna have to take some L's. Right, Floyd Mayweather never lost a fight, but not everyone is gonna be able to just plow through and get a decision of a win every time. Because obviously there must have been one or two fights where people are like, nah, he actually lost that fight on a technicality and that. But yeah, to be the greatest, you're gonna have to take some L's. If you want women to view you as a tough guy or a man that they need to respect, well, you have to be worthy of respect. How do you be worthy of respect? Going through some tough times, going through some hardship, even as a businessman. You got to respect men that are successful businessmen like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Donald Trump, whoever and that. Alan Sugar. They must have made some bad mistakes that you don't know about. I remember even Elon Musk was saying that, I think it was the day before Christmas or something, and then he lost everything, but he managed to, whatever, save the company and that. But probably started plenty of businesses that didn't work. You have to go through some tough times to get to the top. And the tough times could just be working 70 hours a week, no life. Hey, you don't have to do it. Just don't complain when other people are winning and you're not. Just don't complain that you see certain man driving a Ferrari and you can't afford it. They're willing to do something that you're not willing to do. Talking about Ferrari, yeah, they got this new SUV Ferrari. It is such a disappointment. I was watching a car review, yeah. This guy was driving around in this SUV Ferrari. You know what Ferrari is, a sports car. They made an SUV version. It's not big though. It's not like the Lamborghini SUV. It's not like an X6. It's in between. It's like the size of a Nissan Juke, but it's a Ferrari. Yo, the guy was driving down the street and he even said, nobody's looking at me. Listen, if I'm spending 250 grand on a fucking Ferrari, I need people doing that 360 like a fucking owl, yeah? The fuck am I driving a Ferrari for no one to turn back and look? That car there is a disappointment. Hey, none of you lot buy it, yeah? Shit. Like driving down the street in a Ferrari and nobody was turning around. The only time people turned around was when he was revving up the engine. The man actually had to go out of his way. A Lamborghini, you could be driving that on electric mode, no sound, stealth mode, and people will be turning their head. No one even noticed it was a Ferrari. Someone else, have you ever been Dee's Bakery in Enfield? Nah. Nah, I don't know where that is. The only bakery I can think of is the one that's near Brown Eagle. So if you're heading towards Turkey Street Station from Edmonton, it's on the left. That's the only thing, that's the only bakery I can think of. But yeah, why'd you ask about the bakery? No, I don't live in London no more. No. Shit, boy. So many comments. What do you think of Simon Squibb? Who's Simon Squibb? Who's that? Someone said, when did you transition? Hey, I've always been a man. Yeah. I've always been a man. Man ain't on this nonsense, that transition. Telling you, them people there, yeah, that, you know, oh, I can identify whatever I want and I don't assume anything about anyone until I ask, because some people may not look how they identify. Bullshit. They don't believe in what they say. I tell you how they don't believe in what they say. So they will say, oh, you know, everyone's free to assume, or I don't assume anyone's whatever. That's the nonsense that they run with. But I guarantee you, if I walked up to them, boxed them in their face and took their phone and ran off, when they phone the police, because they're a snitch, when they phone the police, they're going to say it was a black man in a green t-shirt. They're not going to say, oh, well, you know, it could be a female, it could be an apple, it could be an alien. No, they're going to say it's a black man in a green t-shirt. So therefore, they don't believe in what they say about, oh, these, you know, I don't assume anyone's fucking stupid, man. Bruh, someone said they snitched on their friend and they got lifed off. Bruh, boy. I said, hi, Unc. What do you think of the locksmith trade? I mean, locksmiths make big money. Boy, you call out a locksmith on the wrong day, boy. Imagine you call out a locksmith on Christmas Day, Christmas night. Be prepared to pay £400. I had it before. I had a locksmith come to my house because a key snapped off in the door. £60. He was there for 60 seconds. Not even that. Boom. Just put some little, I don't even know what it was. One time, my neighbor at the other house, she was locked out. Yeah, she asked me if I could use her phone to call a locksmith. The guy was down within 30 minutes or so. Yeah, he charged her like £80. She said to me, you're in the wrong trade, because she knows I'm an electrician. She said, you're in the wrong trade. I said, you damn right. £80. He was there for 60 seconds. He had some device where you can put it through the door and it's got like an elbow on it. And he was able to grab the handle and £60, £80 or wherever it was. He's having 47K at 25 good. Yeah, that's good. When I was 24, I didn't have that much. So yeah, it's good money, man. Just make sure you invest it. Don't just sit on it. Your money's got to be working for you, man. Don't be these people that just want to sit on 50 grand and let it gather dust in a fucking in the bank account, man. Money for work for you, man. You work for the money, you save the money, you invest the money, and then with the investments, the profit that comes back to you, some of it reinvest back in the business, and then some of it spend it on yourself. Or you can say some of the profits that come, maybe invest it in something else, and some of that money also spend it on yourself. Because you know you got to spend some money now and then, you know. Anyway, boom. Should I be an electrician? How old was you when you started? So yeah, I mean, if you're the type of person, what happened there? Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, if you're the type of person that thinks they'll be somewhat good with their hands, yeah, learn to become an electrician, and you'll never be out of a job. Like I say to you all the time, every other day I get some sort of text, email. I'm in a WhatsApp group. I might get a phone call. I'll get some form of communication from someone somehow about some job that's going. 250 a day, electricians needed for 6 weeks on this construction site in central London. Yeah, or we got this 6-month contract. Yeah, we're paying whatever in it, 240 a day. You work for 9 hours, but you get paid for 10 hours, whatever in it. As an electrician, you can earn 240 a day, and there's so much work, especially on these construction sites. There's so much metal conduit that needs doing. They ain't got the manpower for it, man. You'll spend all fucking 4 months just putting up metal conduit all day long. Now, me personally, I don't know how to do metal conduit, so I don't work on construction sites doing electrical work. I just do testing. But as a tester, there's plenty of work. There's less work because there's less to do on construction sites in terms of testing, but there's still plenty of work. And there's less testers as well. So yeah, man, get yourself a trade, man. In other countries, being a tradesman is looked down upon. But in the UK, bro, you're looked at like a fucking doctor or lawyer, like you're some hero or something. Like, I don't know, man, like the working class people, I'm working class, but working class people, they really like look at electricians like, yeah, the top of tops and that. But I mean, other countries like Eastern Europe and that, and even Africa, they look down on electricians. I was even looking the other day, you know, I was talking about Luxembourg. I was looking at Luxembourg, like how much electrician would get paid, and I think it was like the equivalent of like 60 grand or something, yeah. 60, like the equivalent of what you'd get as 60 grand in the UK, but in their currency, yeah. Then I just thought, oh, let me see what they pay in Poland, yeah, just in case I want to become a passport bro. Check Poland now, yo, they're paying like 17 grand a year. Fucking live on 17 grand a year. Unless you're living in a village and then you work in that village and you don't travel more. In a lot of them Eastern European countries, they just don't respect electricians and tradespeople. And you know what? Why should they really? Why should they respect tradespeople who've only gone to college for 3 years as opposed to a uni man that went to college or sixth form for 2-3 years and then done 3-4 years in university? Why should they? It's only in this country here, because in America, maybe they rate it a little bit, but in this country here, they probably respect electricians and gas engineers, and especially like gas engineers. Yo, them man, they on 100 grand a year, bro. What are you fucking doing, really? Come on, man. But anyway, man, then get a trade, because in this country, it's beneficial to have a trade. You're saying we need tradespeople, though. Yeah, I know, but we also need bin men as well. You know what I mean? So, one second, let me turn back on the heating. Now that you're saying that heating, what, can you hear it or something? There's no way you can hear that blowing. Obviously, tradespeople are needed in that, but I mean, there's a lot more important, a lot more educated and sophisticated people that are needed in the country as well. Obviously, I ain't complaining, but I'm just saying that I think tradespeople are overpaid in this country. I seriously think tradespeople are overpaid in this country. Like, yo, you can't even get a painter. Let me tell you something. You can't, in this country, you can't even get a painter nowadays to paint your whole house for £300 a day. You'd have to, so if you're gonna hire a painter, he will want £300 a day money. Who the fuck are you to demand £300 a day to just do this all day long? Oh, get out of here, man. Get out of here. Dare you demand £300 a day? I'm telling you, there's painters out here that will demand £300 a day rate to paint people's houses. Fuck the fuck off, man. Excuse my Spanish. Disrespectful. What do you think about these 6-week courses? No way. No way. 6-week course. See all these fast track courses? It just means you're not going to be fully qualified. So you're just going to get to the halfway mark faster. Bro, you might as well just do the full course. Yeah. Fast track course. Yeah, 6 months, fast track. Yeah, but you're only at halfway. So you've done a 6-month course, fast track, to just get to the halfway point. Well, you might as well fucking just do the full course and just do it for 2 years and do it properly, man. What do you mean they're not working constantly? Do you mean when they're on the job, or you mean just them as a tradesperson doing jobs all the time? Yeah, I know there's money. Oh, you're asking, is there money in being a home security electrician, cameras, etc.? Yeah, I mean, there's money in everything. So this person's saying, what courses? I'm saying do the long, proper course. Go to college and do the proper course. I did it, and I'm fully qualified. So why can't you do the full, long, proper course? Stop trying to cut corners, man. What are your thoughts on accounting? Yeah, accounting is good, yeah. Accountants are always needed. Whatever business is running, there needs to be an accountant for that business. So accountants will always have a job. The day businesses stop running, that's the day accountants are no longer needed. Yeah, LV, yeah, so low voltage AP, £600 a day, yeah. If I get fired from this job or I get let go, then I'll be doing my AP course, definitely. To be fair, I wasn't expecting to be getting paid £600 a day, but yeah, expecting to get, 300, 400 a day, yeah. I refuse to run around and then do the legwork and that. I'm too smart for that. Let some other jackass run around and drive around in circles in the borough. Yeah, so who the fuck is Simon Squid? Who's that? Someone explain who Simon Squid is, because someone else on TikTok asked that, but they put the wrong spelling. They put Simon Squid, not Squid. Right, this person's saying, if you flop A levels, would you retake and go to uni, or go to a shit uni and do accounting? No, retake it and get a better grade and pass it, then go to uni. Yeah. If you fail something, it's your duty to make sure you go back and pass it. In my life, I've only failed one exam. I made sure I went back and I passed that exam. I went to war with that exam, So what happened was, when I was doing my inspection and testing, I had to do 2 written exams. So I done my first written exam and thought, yeah, passed it, whatever, boom. I think I'd done my second written exam as well. Anyway, I remember I phoned up, big up man like Roger Philo. I phoned up the manager of the electrical department at my college, Hartford Regional. Yeah, it's Jelani, just phoning up to find out my result for the inspection and testing, initial verification written exam. So he's like, okay, cool. I can hear him rustling around with the papers and that. Hey, he's looking for my name. He's like, oh, sorry, but unfortunately you failed. I said, what? He's like, yeah. I'm like, no, you serious? He's like, yeah. I'm like, no, you serious? I've never failed no exam in my life. No maths, no English, no science, no car, no motorbike, nothing. I've never failed no exam in my life. Now, to be fair, I actually hadn't passed my motorbike test then. I just hadn't taken it. But yeah, I passed my car test at that before I had the inspection and testing. But yeah, I ain't failed no exam up until this point. No AM2, nothing. No level 2 electrical, no level 3 level electrical. Didn't fail none of those. I thought I failed my level 3 electrical. That's why I dropped out of college, because I thought doing that road was more important. I thought, I probably failed the electrical level 3. I actually passed it. So up until that point, I never failed no exam. So I was like, yo, this was a shock to my ego, you know. Forget it, even if the retakes was for free, I don't fail. Yeah, I don't fail nothing. So anyway, not no exams anyway. So anyway, I was like, right. So yeah, the second exam, the second written, so I have the first written exam, which was initial verification, then the second one, which is periodic inspection and testing. That one I passed, but the first one I failed. The only problem was the retake was in 5 months in December. Let's say it was June or July. It was in 5 months in December. That's long, but it would have been all right if you had classes to go to. The course had finished, so there was no classes. So imagine you have 5 months of no classes. So I had to do my own revision. So I said every day, 30 minutes of revision, every blood clot day, 5 months, every day. Now, what's 5 times 30? 150. Out of those 150 days, maybe there was 5 days I didn't do the 30 minutes of revision for whatever reason. But other than that, everyday revision. I used to go to Tinseltown in Wood Green on my lunch breaks when I used to work at Home Saharangate and revise in Tinseltown. RIP Tinseltown, next to the Cineworld Cinema. You will be missed. Yeah, it's been gone a little while still. I used to sit in there and revise whilst drinking a classic chocolate milkshake. Anyway, went back for what they did was they offered free revision sessions just before the exam. So let's say the exam was mid-December, before Christmas. There was a revision session in November, like mid-November, end of November, 1st of December. So I went to like 2 or 3 revision classes and that. And yeah, had the exam. Now the pressure was on. I ain't failing this fucking exam again. No way. The first time was a hiccup. It shouldn't even happen in the first place. So yeah, went into the exam. You know, like you have the invigilator, the person that walks around and makes sure you don't cheat. They said, obviously, yeah, the exam's 2 hours. If you finish early, you can go. Let me tell you something. Started the exam. Obviously, man was reading through every question like my life depended on it. Yeah? Answered every question. I didn't leave any question blank. Went through the paper, answered every question. When I got to the end, what most people will do is, yeah, they'll just look over their questions, look over the answers and that, and then bust out. Once I started from the beginning, I made my way to the end initially. Went back to the beginning, reviewed my answers. Continued to the end, went back to the beginning. I did not leave that exam hall until that time was up. Didn't care if I was the last person there, whatever. I did not leave. I just kept on going around in a circle. I was not leaving that place early. Anyway, obviously, so these times it's I think it was 2015 January. So I sat the exam in 2014 December. Obviously, I had to get the results 2015 January because obviously I have to mark them. And obviously, there's Christmas. So I must have phoned up my college and said, oh, yeah, I'm looking for such and such tutor. Can you see if he's in? He's the one that's going to tell me my results. So the woman was like, all right, I'll phone in the department. She phoned out the department. There was no answer. She's like, I'll try this. I said, try this other tutor. Tried him. They were off. They were off because it was a Friday. They left at like 3 o'clock. I phoned up at 5. So I was like, listen, yeah, I phoned up for my result. She said she can't give it to me because they have to tell me. I'm like, oh. I live far away. I really want to know now, today. It's Friday. I don't have to wait till Monday, and I want to be able to celebrate on the weekend. But there's no way, because I live in Edmonton, there's no way I'm going to be able to get down to the college in time. Just like, I'm not supposed to do or say this, but I just want to let you know that you're going to get a certificate in the post. Me, like a dumbass. Does that mean I passed? She was like, yeah, obviously. But yeah, that was a happy day, boy. Yeah, because I put in the work. I remember I used to go to this Caribbean restaurant. It's still there now. When you go down Tottenham High Road, you get to a junction, Lordship Lane, you turn right. And then you go underneath the bridge on Lordship Lane. And in the left-hand corner, there's a shop. It used to be called Mango and Papaya, but now it's called Juicy Roots. I used to go and sit in there every Sunday and eat an all-you-can-eat jerk Sunday. So what they used to do is they give you a plate of food, like a plate of rice and jerk chicken, and it's all you can eat. You pay like £10 or £12, and you can have plate after plate after plate. I'll go in there and eat 3 plates of food. Every Sunday I was in there, every single Sunday. And I used to go and sit in there, not because of the revision, and I used to do it whilst I was sitting in there. But yeah, every Sunday I used to sit in there and eat. Every Sunday. Someone say, right, you got a new phone. I ain't got a new phone. Someone said BSU, you know. Did you used to put 65 grams in the Pyrex bowl? No, I never used to wash up coke, my friend. Nah. Did you move back to London? Close to London, but not London, London. Maybe like Winchmore Hill, yeah, maybe, yeah. What would you say is a good martial art? Kickboxing. Obviously, man's a taekwondo black belt, but kickboxing all day. Okay, so this Simon Squid guy is a millionaire who asks people what their dreams are. Okay. Oh, I think I might have seen him. Maybe on TikTok. Yeah, it rings a bell. Someone said BJJ or MMA. I'd say probably MMA. But that's because I don't really know what BJJ is really. So would you say Muay Thai is better? I mean, yeah, Muay Thai is a bit more hardcore and that. But yeah, Muay Thai. No, I know what BJJ is. I know it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but I don't know how they fight. All I know is they do locks and twists. And bro, are you really gonna be on the floor locking and twisting up a man? Do you really want to go on the floor? Okay, so yeah, you know how to twist and no homo, bend up a man and that. But if you're doing that to him on the floor, no homo, his friend can come up and kick you in your eye, blood. So the last thing you want to do in a street fight, yeah, is go to ground. You know what I mean? You always want to be on your feet. You're gonna buy a nice car, treat yourself to nice things when you're older. I am older. I'm 32, fam. But when I'm older. No. I said to myself, this year I'm gonna treat myself. So just waiting for something first, and then I'll treat myself. What's the treat? Don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Obviously. I mean, you know, I'm gonna laugh. You know, I'm gonna treat myself to a new car. It ain't gonna be nothing special. To be fair, it's not even a treat. I need to just get rid of my car. It's fucked. So yeah, I'm gonna get maybe like a Vauxhall Insignia. That's not really a treat, but yeah, probably get another motorbike and that. This guy said, "Unc, 32 ain't that old." Why are you calling me Unc then, big man? Someone said he looks 20. Bro really said he's old. I mean, yo, when you was all 14, 15, 32 was old. Yeah? Big up man like A. Crislow, always in the streams. 32 is young, but hey, listen, if you're 30 years old right now, for the most part, you're at half life. And if you're 32 years old right now, if you look at, forget even the word youth, when you look at the amount of time that you're going to have a fit and able body, you are way over half life. How many fit and able-bodied people are there at age 50? Natural fitness, natural able-bodiedness. Because there are some 50-year-olds that are fit and with a 10-pack that will smash you up. I'm not talking about that. You see, when you're young, 20, 25, 30 years old, you're relatively more capable of being fit and you have a fully able body. But certain people, when they're 50 years old, yo, I heard something on YouTube about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. The guy on the YouTube short said, after the age of 30 years old, this is mad, after the age of 30 years old, most people, 90% of people will never sprint again. Ask yourself this question. Everybody watching this right now, don't matter how old you are, when was the last time you sprinted down the road? I didn't say like run. I'm talking about you're going for it. Yeah? You're shacking down the road. When was the last time you sprinted down the road? I do it every time, well, every other day because I go running. So I sprint. But most people, especially if they're over 30, yo, they probably have not proper sprinted in years. And some people, they probably don't even feel like they're capable of sprinting. Listen, man move like a young boy. You see the railings, like when you go across like the pedestrian crossing, man, jump over them railings. 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, like madman. Yeah. So if you're 30 years old right now, you are over the halfway limit of having an able, potentially fit body. Because ask yourself, listen, if you don't believe if my theories are true or not, yeah, the next time you get around your older people, them who are 45, 50 years old, ask them when the last 2 times were that they sprinted down the road. I didn't say like run for a bus and fall in the mud. No, sprinted down the road. They'll tell you 10 years, 15 years. Because I guarantee you, their bodies are probably not even capable of sprinting. So if you're 30 years old, you are way over the halfway mark of having a fit and potentially able body. Why do women get attitude? Is it on purpose to test you sometimes? Yeah. Yeah, they will do it. But I mean, so obviously some women will get rude and that or whatever in it, yeah. And I have walked away from a woman. Like I remember, like they said it was one time where I was at one chick shop. I've said this before a few times and that. I told her to put the cigarette. So when I went to her house initially, the first time she was burning the weed outside of the window. Cool. We're in a flat above a shop. These are the sort of broke girls that you date, yeah, that live above shops on green lanes, yeah. So she's burning the weed out the window. That was the first time. Second time I went there, this girl didn't bother open up the window and she's burning weed in the flat in the living room where I am. So I'm like, yo, open up the window, innit? I don't smoke, innit? She was like, nah. Carried on smoking. I'm like, yo, I don't smoke. Open the window and blow the smoke out the window. She's like, it's my flat. I want to smoke if I want. Yo, I just got off the fucking sofa because I was lying down, half asleep, and walked out the door. Gone. Yeah. This is before all of this AMS and watching these. I ain't taking no shit from no woman. I was gone. There's me pissing in the alleyway, thinking, yeah, it's done, innit? This girl come running out. Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? Because I'm in the alleyway, I'm in a dark alleyway, pissing, innit? Yeah. She was like, I'm sorry, and that, innit? Yeah. And then she invited me back up there. Yeah, you done right. You're sorry. Taking no shit from no one, bro. Give a fuck, I'll cut you off. But for the most part, if women are being rude to you all the time, it's probably because they just don't like you. Put them on a date with Drake. See if they fucking be rude to Drake. Or whoever their favorite celebrity crush is. Jay was, I'm trying to find a. Hold on, one second. Is that coming up? Jay was, I'm trying to find a balance. Uni and semi-pro. You reckon should drop one? Keep moving forward with both. You got enough time. You're on this live stream watching me. You got time. Yeah, you got time to sit and watch live stream. Hey, you got time. Everyone that's like they're so busy, bro. Most people are not that busy. Nadia talk. I ain't gonna say too much, but you know, Nadia's got some friends, yeah. And she told, "Oh yeah, my friends are always busy." I said, "Doing what?" "Oh, you're going out, doing this with these people, going out, meeting these people and that." Your friend's not busy. They are booking their calendar. They're filling their schedule, but they're not actually busy. They're giving themselves things to do. They're not actually busy. Busy is if you don't do these certain things, it's going to be a detriment to you. There's going to be certain consequences, whatever it is. Maybe you disappoint some people, whatever it is, doesn't matter. But most people are not busy. They just fill their calendar with stuff. They're not busy. Because most of these things that these people are doing, they're even generating them no fucking money. How can you be busy? What are you busy doing if it's not generating you money? If it's not generating you money, you don't need to fucking do it unless it's seeing your mom or something like that, or you know, looking after your kids or something. Bro, I knew a girl who was bare rude, and she met Zayn Malik, and she was nice and shit. I'm trying to touch him. She was moving bare different. I don't know who Zayn Malik is. He's earning 3,800 take home per month for 76 hours a week as a 25-year-old. Good, max 655. Yeah, that's good money, man. And this person whose comment I just read out, this capital A person, are you still living at home with your parents? And how much do you have to contribute? But regardless, you're on 3,800. Your expenses are 650, I think you said, 655. So basically, after you've paid your expenses, now you've got 3 grand. Oh, that's good money, man. That's good money. should be saving up 2,500, 2,250 minimum. You shouldn't be saving up no less than 2 grand. Like, I released that video and I was so vexed as well. So basically, press 1 in the chat if you've seen that video where I'm talking about why you should not save up 10% and why you should save up more than 10% and why you should save up as much as possible. Press 1 in the chat if you've seen that video. The YouTube man, them, if you don't follow me on TikTok, you wouldn't have seen that video yet, I don't think. But on TikTok, you know, certain people would have seen it. Oh, okay, this one person in the chat on YouTube has seen it. Nadia, A. Quizlo, okay, King Dion said that they've seen it. Yeah, a lot of people, they say, oh, save up 10%. That's bullshit. Now, the reason why I was vexed about that video, it was a good video. It got me 70K views, probably more now. I don't check it. What annoyed me was basically I got banned from, you know, the Creator Rewards program. So you make money from TikTok. They kicked me out the program. So, you know, the last thing you want to happen is for you to get kicked out of the program. Then you do a good video that gets 70K views. Yeah, because you know you ain't getting none of that money. Anyway, in that video, I'm saying I'm going to prove to you lot right now that all of this save 10% is a load of bullshit. So what these people say is, oh, save 10% of your salary and then do whatever with the other 90%. Nonsense. So I use myself as an example. So when I was 24, I had like 32 grand saved up. It took me 3 years to hit 32 grand, yeah? Now, I was on a salary of 1,800 take home. So I'm going to specify take home right now because people in the comment section was like, well, how can you be on 28 grand a year and your take home or whatever they were saying? I can't remember what they were saying, but basically I didn't tell them how much my salary was before tax or whatever in it. So I was on 1,800 take home when I was on 28, 29 grand a year, when I was like 22, 23 years old. If I'd saved up 10% of my monthly salary, which would have been £180, I mean, God knows how long it would have taken me to save up 30 grand. But you see, in that 3 years when I was saving up £1,000 a month, it took me 3 years to get to 32 grand or whatever. You know, if I applied that 10% rule and was saving up £180 a month for 3 years, I would have only had 6 grand something saved up after 3 years. Now tell me how the fuck I would have been able to buy my first house at 24 with 6 grand when I need to put down 10% of the £136,000, the total value of the property, to put down 10%. Tell me where I would have got the other 7 grand from, because my mum ain't got no money to give me. Nah, I don't come from no family with no money. So their theories or their money management, whatever you want to call it, it's not money management, it's money unmanagement, is bullshit. Do you know what? You see how it would have taken me, oh my God, if I really done the maths on this, you know, you see it took me 3 years to save up 30 grand. If after 3 years of using their stupid 10% rule, I got 6 grand. If you multiply that by 5, that means that it would have taken me 15 years to save up 30 grand. There's no way. No way. But yeah, because if 3 years saving up 10% gives you 6 grand, well, 6 grand divided by 3 years is 2 grand a year. So 15 years times 2 grand, that's 30 grand. If I'd listened to their advice about saving up 10% of my salary every month, it would have taken me 15 years to save up 30 grand. But I'm the only person you need to listen to because I actually live this shit. Like I said in the stream earlier, you know, someone in the comment section of another video said, how do you know all this stuff? Because I live this shit. I don't make this up. Like I said, I don't need a script. I don't need to read off a teleprompter. This is all speaking extemporaneously off the top of the head. This is from memory. Yeah, this shit is in my blood. So yeah, I just talk from experience. And I know from experience, well, it's not even from experience in this case, but I know if I followed these people's advice, I wouldn't be able to make these videos talking about, oh, I got 5 properties at this age. Dumbasses. Dumbasses. And the maddest thing is as well, yeah, like, you will have these people giving out this stupid nonsense advice, and people are actually following them, you know. Like, yeah, 15%. Yeah, I'll save about 15% of my salary. Yeah. What? Bro, there's no percentage. My percentage is linguistic. Save as much as you can %. Yeah, it's not like I say to people, yeah, save up £1,000 a month if you're on certain wages. Yo, if you're on £5,000 a month, you should not be saving up £1,000 a month. If you're on £5,000 a month, you should be saving up like £3,500, £3,000 a month, unless you're using that money to invest it in something. If you're on £5,000 a month, you should not be saving £1,000 a month. You can do it if you want to, but I'm telling you right now, yeah, if you are on £5,000 take home a month and you decide to save up £1,000 when you can save up 3,000, well, you're going to be 3 times behind where you actually could be. You see, the reason why I'm in the position that I'm in now is because I didn't take their stupid 10% rule. So my 10% of my salary would have been 180, call that £200. I was saving up £1,000 a month. So I was saving up 5 times the amount of money that I could have saved up if I followed their rules. So I was 5 times ahead of them, or ahead of their advice. That's why I got 5 properties. Stupid, man. Then this person come in the comment section and try and wind me up and say, oh, you're saving 150 a month, good. Man. But literally, just done the numbers on it. It would have taken me 15 years if I followed their advice to save up 30 grand when I done it in 3 years. That's why in this life, yeah, you've always got to push it to the limit. Pick up the song Push It to the Limit. Yeah, the song that they had playing in Scarface. Yeah, you got to push it to the limit. Pushing it to the limit is working the 60 hours and the 70-hour weeks. It's got to be done at some point. And the thing is as well, yeah, it's not even about, oh, just working 60, 70 hours a week. When you work 67 hours a week, your brain changes, you know. People can probably even pick it up on you, like, yo, this person's a hard worker. There's something about him. It's just, I don't know. Oh, you got to do it, man. I said, JY's beat the system. I mean, yeah, if you want to say it like that, you know, there's no system holding anyone back. I'm not even talking about color of skin or race or anything. I don't believe that there's a system. Yeah, there's a system of idiots. Yeah. But I said, I worked 60 hours in a factory. I mean, you know what? That's better than working 30 hours in a factory. If that's all that was, I mean, that ain't really the only opportunity that's there. But you know what? Listen, there are millionaires right now that were doing some bullshit ass jobs. But that doesn't mean that you should spend the next 6 years of your life working a bullshit ass job. Some millionaires used to work some bullshit ass jobs in it. But bricklaying apprenticeship in the week, which one would you recommend to choose? Hold on. Let's see. Right, so first of all, he said, yo, bro, quick question. I'm 21, have a jet washing business, doing well, but also my bricklaying apprenticeship in the week. Which one do you recommend to choose? Oh boy, I mean, they're both about the same, man. Why can't you just do both? Just do both. But you know what, yeah? You don't want to be a bricklayer. Blood, you're going to mash up your back, man. You don't want to do jobs that are too taxing on the body. your life insurance is going to be more expensive. You're not going to be able to take out a mortgage for as long. Now there's a mortgage broker. If she has a client, a client that is, let's say, an admin worker or a PA, their whole job is just sitting by a computer desk. They're going to get a mortgage that can be up to 70 years old. You ain't getting no mortgage up to 70 years old if you're an electrician or a bricklayer or a sewage diver. No way. Because those jobs there are taxing on the body. You're not going to be able to work those jobs until you're 70. You can work until you're 70 as an admin worker. So, yeah, man, you don't want to do jobs that are too taxing on your body. That's why I done my inspection and tested. You see what she said? 75 to 80 years old. I didn't even know that was possible. I thought you could only get a mortgage up to like 60 until Nadia started becoming a mortgage broker. Now she's saying 75, 80 years old, you know. So what's the longest mortgage term you can get then? Could I get like 50 years mortgage term, or what's the longest? Because the longest I've seen is like 40 years. 40, yeah? Okay, yeah. So the longest mortgage term that you can get is 40, but you can get a mortgage up until you're 80, potentially, depends on the job. So if you're 40 years old, you can get a 40-year mortgage until you're 80. But as long as you're working a job that's less taxing on the body. But if you're 30 years old, you can't get a mortgage until you're 80 because that would be a 50-year term. Would you recommend getting a flat or on rent for a year? Hold on one sec. Would you recommend getting a flat on rent for a year, then do up a property while living in the flat? Why not just live at your parents' house? Get the property and do it up to a position where you can even live in the property and live on a construction site, technically. And then whilst you're living there, do up the property. Do that. Do that. It depends on where I don't know what your situation is, where your parents live and that. But yo, listen. Sometimes we have to just deliberately go through these hard times just so we have a good story to tell. Yeah. The best thing I think it was Andrew Tate was saying, the best thing about being rich is being able to talk about all the times you was broke. And also when you just done bare madnesses and that. There was one time I went to go and check my brother in Benga, big him up. Me and him, I went to his brother's house, his brother's house, and we're sitting down in the living room just talking. And obviously all of us were doing well for ourselves, yeah? But as I said, all of us were earning good money, doing well for ourselves. But there must have been times here where you was like dead broke. Tell me a story. And I was talking about having to walk 10 miles or some maybe not 10 miles, but having to walk 5 miles to save money because man can't afford bus travel and that. I was saying I remember having pretty much no money and having to do bare private jobs and that. And I remember, like when I bought that flat in Egypt, I was left with like £200-300, and I just got a job. And I remember I got fired from one job, had to go to a next job. And I remember when I was at this job, I used to finish work at 4:30, finish in Tottenham. It wasn't Haringey Council. This is after Haringey Council, but the office used to be in Tottenham. Used to go back to Tottenham, leave the depot at 4:30, go home, chill out for 2 hours, and then go down to some community centre in Poplar near the Isle of Dogs and fit lights. The police even turned up because basically the alarm went off and I didn't know how to disarm the alarm. I think they gave me the wrong code. I phoned them up, managed to disarm the alarm, but the police turned up and I was like, yo, I'm just the electrician and that. Yeah, they thought I broke into the place. But yeah, I remember doing them madnesses and that. So going to work, so get up at like 5 in the morning, you know, get ready and that, get to the depot at like 6:30, work up until 4:30, go home for 2 hours, leave the house, go down to Isle of Dogs Poplar, install lights there from about 8:30 and that until midnight, and then go home and go to sleep and then get up and do the same thing again. Now, it weren't every day, obviously, it was only for a few days and that. I remember one time I was working in Croydon. Edmonton is at the top of North London. Croydon is at the bottom of South London. I used to drive for 2 hours from Edmonton to Croydon, do a 12-hour shift, drive all the way back home. So I would start work at 7:30, let's say, yeah? No, 7 in the morning, yeah. Start work at 7 in the morning, do a 12-hour shift, leave, get back home at 9 in the morning. My dinner would always be in the microwave, respect to my mum. I would eat my dinner, go to bed, get up and do the same shit. Same with the Tottenham job. Luckily, Tottenham's only 2 train stations away, two stops on the train away. I was doing 14-hour days at Tottenham, starting at 8, finishing at 10, go home, eat my dinner, go to sleep, get up and do the same thing. That's the first time I actually started appreciating my bed, you know, when I used to do 14-hour shifts. You know, when you was a child, yeah, I saw a meme. It was like a sad face. I think it was like Will Smith. When I was a child, I used to hate bedtime was a punishment. Now I'm an adult, bedtime is a luxury. That is the realest fucking truth, boy. I used to hate going to bed when I was a child. Now, boy, you do a 14-hour shift, you're gonna love, you make friends with that bed, boy. A certain man, there might be some holes in that fucking mattress, boy. Yeah. I'm getting aroused just going into bed. All right, Nadia, if you can come down and make me a tea, please, yeah? My throat's starting to get a bit dry. Right. Yeah, I know. Right, I saw a 3-bed house for 100 in Swansea. So where's this person that, where do you live? It's a man patting the key through TikTok. It's a handy sitting next to a fridge, isn't it? I'm gonna have to get up. On Zoopla, you can get a 3-bed house for 100. Is a tenant allowed to rent a room without telling the landlord? No. On the contract, the room is for you, not no one else. Someone said, fake it till you make it actually works, you know. I mean, they only work for so long. At some point, you actually need to be it. I don't believe in no fake it till you make it nonsense. How the fuck are you, man, saving 50K? I mean, you need to get a high-paying job to be able to save 50K in a short space of time. How'd you get a high-paying job? You got to bust your ass in the classroom. You got to be ambitious. When you do get that job, you know, you got to work all the hours you can. Go self-employed if need be. I always recommend people to go self-employed. You go self-employed, you're pretty much going to earn at least, you know, what you earn and half on top. So let's say, yeah, you get paid, I don't know. Let's put off there. Let's say, yeah, you get paid, yeah, thanks for the tea, yeah. Let's say you get paid, I don't know, 50 grand PAYE. If you're self-employed, then you could easily get like 75K self-employed. I'm just saying, just random numbers. It just depends. Let's say, yeah, I'm a PAYE electrician. The most I would get paid as a PAYE electrician is like 40 grand. Well, I get basically double that now as self-employed. Obviously, that's because I'm working weekends. Obviously, that's because I'm on price work and that. Like, I ain't fucking, listen, life is too short, yeah, to just be going and taking the easy, comfortable route. You only get one shot at life, you know. You may as well, you know what I mean, innit? Like, you know, try and do the most without landing yourself in prison. Do you leverage credit? What are you talking about in terms of taking out a loan and using it to make an investment? Well, yeah, I've done that before. Only with one property. I borrowed against, like, you see my original house that I used to be at, like the one where I've just been for years. Yeah, I pulled out like 28 grand, and I actually took a shit deal. I could have pulled out more. I can't remember why I couldn't, but yeah, I think I was just being greedy. Yeah, I think what it was is I didn't wait until the product ended or something like that. Yeah, if I waited for my product to end in like April, I could have pulled out, let's say like 37. But I was like, nah, fuck it. Do it now. Yeah. So I pulled out 28 and I had to pay 8 grand in like early redemption charge, something like that. I don't wait. Waiting and patience is for broke people. That's what the government tells you. Be patient. Wait. You'll be waiting so long, next thing you know, you're 60 years old. Still waiting. The time is now. Told you that already. I had a woman say to me, instead of paying the early redemption charge of 5 or 8 grand, wherever it was, why don't you just wait until April of 2024 or wherever it was? So I made this phone call in like, I don't know, January of 2002 or whatever. Why don't you just wait the 2 years or the 3 years and then pull out the money so you don't have to pay the early redemption charge? Fuck no. Pull out the money now, suffer the consequences of the early redemption charge, but buy a property that will go up in value more than the early redemption charge. So you pay the early redemption charge of £8,000 now, but when you buy the property now, in 2 years' time, the property would have gone up in 15 grand or 20 grand, whatever. instead of waiting and not having to pay the early redemption charge, which is 8 grand. What would you rather have? 20 grand extra or save 8 grand? I'd rather the 20 grand extra. Now, obviously, you're not going to have that money in your pocket, but still. A man said they're going to call me S-Wise. S-Wise. I don't even know where I get the name J-Wise from. Hey, it sticks. I even look like a J-Wise. So this Sebastian Toller guy said, yo, this is no joke. I earn about 145K. I work in banking. I'm in 20 grand, 200 grand debt. I've lost around 650K gambling as I have an addiction. What's your recommendation? 31 and still work in banking. You know what to do. Stop gambling. And whatever, oh, I thought you had another addiction. Stop gambling and yeah, yo, you need to start investing in some, to be fair, what's your credit score like? Is your credit score mad? Of course your credit score mad. The fact that you're a gambler and you have an addiction, let me tell you something. You see people that have a low credit score and a bad credit score, it's because they are irresponsible with money. So the fact that you are in 300, you're in 200K debt, and it depends on the debt though, because I'm in massive amounts of debt, but I'm not in bad debt. But the fact that you have lost 350K in gambling, if this is true, if this is not made up, then you are irresponsible with money. And being irresponsible with money equals a shit and poor credit score. Man said, my credit score is bleeding. I told you. I didn't need him to confirm that. Having a shit credit score is synonymous with being irresponsible with money. So if someone tells me they've lost 100K or 500K in gambling, they are irresponsible with money, which means they have a poor credit score. People that are good with saving, people that are excellent at saving money, people who are tight with money, people who are frugal with money, I know by default they have a good credit score. 99.9% of them. Do you know why? Because they're sensible with money. Now, they might be a bit too tight-fisted, but it is what it is. They're still going to be sensible with money. If someone tells me, I don't save no money, I just blow all my money. Money is for spending. Why am I going to want to save money? I work hard for my money. I know you have a shit credit score. There's no way you could spend every penny and be down to pretty much zero every month and never go over and never run into debt. And never go into your overdraft. It's impossible. It's impossible. If that's your mentality, at some point you would have spent too much and gone over into your overdraft and then pay the fucking overdraft. Right. So the guy says saving 47K, earning 3.8K, max expense at home, savings 3. Yeah, that's good, man. Someone said, I think we get the point now, love. I want my lie, man. Someone said the credit report is more important than the score. I guess so, because the report probably goes more into depth. Credit score is just numbers. The credit report is why the numbers are the numbers. You're not going to have a shitty low credit score if your credit report is excellent. And you're not going to have a high credit score if your credit report is poor. See, this is the problem. I want to be able to move to Dubai or somewhere where it's illegal to gamble. Let me repeat that. A man said he has a gambling addiction. He's lost 650K in gambling. He wants to move to Dubai where gambling is illegal. You think that by moving and going to a new geographical location, you're going to solve the problem. The problem is you. If you have an alcohol addiction, or you want to be, somewhat, I want to say strict, but you want to limit your alcohol consumption and limit yourself to just drinking alcohol Friday night and Saturday night, you shouldn't have to take your bottle of alcohol, let's pretend that's a bottle of alcohol, and lock it down in your cellar and put 2 Rottweilers and TNT dynamite and a security guard in front of the door for you to not drink that alcohol. You should be able to have that bottle of alcohol in front of you, whether it be vodka, JD, or some gin and tonic, whatever, and say, no, I'm not drinking that. You have no self-control. I know you have no self-control. The fact that you even got into lost 650 grand via gambling, I know you have no self-control. There's certain people, they can't walk down certain aisles in Tesco's because don't make them go down the alcohol section. They'll relapse. I'm not saying they're going to bust a bottle and start drinking right then and there, but they're going to probably pick up a few cans of Tisky or whatever in it, bottles of wine and that. They have no self-control. You need to learn how to tell yourself no. And how do you not find it so hard? I don't get it. But even if he is capping, yeah, even if he's capping, this XQ9 person is probably Polish. If you know what Tisky is, yeah, and the fact that I didn't even say it that good as well. XQ9, are you Polish? He must be Polish if he knows what that is. But this person, even if this person is capping, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a complete lie. You lot can learn from this anyway. So it doesn't matter if this person's lying or not. This individual has no self-control. He's saying he swears on his mouth like, it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter whether he was lying or not. It don't matter. This is still lessons for everyone that other people can learn from anyway. So it don't matter. You got to learn how to be disciplined and exercise self-control, man. I mean, make me go to the casino and lose £100. That's it. I'm done. It's as simple as that. We ain't going past the 3-digit limit. So you should not need to go to another country where it's illegal to do this and do that for you to say no. What? So you're from England, more than likely, born and bred, regardless of your race. Let's assume you're born and bred English, or you're born and bred England. You're going to go to another country, another continent. You know my thoughts on family and friends and that. But you're going to leave all your thoughts on family and friends behind just because you can't fight some addiction. The guy said, come here at 6, but born in Saudi. So you spent your whole life over here, basically. You're gonna up sticks. Look, man, for change environments and go to new places and that and discover new things for the right reasons. But imagine going to another country, not for business or whatever, but yeah, I need to go somewhere where it's illegal for me to gamble. So the only time, yeah, that you're not going to do something is just because there's a threat of you going to prison. The only way you can stay away from an addiction because there's a threat of you going to prison. Why don't you just lie to yourself and say, I will go to prison if I can continue with this gambling addiction? You got to learn how to to talk to yourself, my friend. And not in a mad way, man, staring at a brick wall talking to himself. But you got to learn how to talk to yourself. You got to learn how to be your own life coach. Yeah, he said he's black. I've never heard of a black person being born in Saudi Arabia. Are you black or like some black Arab kind of? Not like them man, they're from Yemen. They look kind of Araby, blacky. Their curly hair and that. I know about them man there for Yemen. Apparently, a lot of Somalian people have got roots from Yemen. Apparently, quite a few Somalian people and Ethiopian people, they can trace back a little bit of their DNA to Italy as well. That would make sense because I think Italy occupied Ethiopia and they became Eritrea. Eritreans are Ethiopians. Don't let them tell you nothing. Oh, I'm not Ethiopian, I'm Eritrean. Blood. The town you come from, if you go back 100 years in time, you're from Ethiopia. Yeah? There was no Eritrea. All it is a country border. Yeah? I said Ethiopia never been conquered. Nah, maybe Ethiopia was occupied then by Italy or something. But the reason why Eritrea came about, it has something to do with the Italians. I don't know. Something like that. Did that XQ9 guy reply and let me know if he's Polish or not? Somalia got taken by Italy. That's why pasta is a national dish in Somalia. Stop lying. Stop lying. So this person says Somalia got taken by Italy. Oh, fuck. Somalia got taken by Italy. That's why pasta is national dish in Somalia. No way. I said search it up. I take your word for it still. Yeah. He said, yeah, he's Polish. I knew it. Only a Polish person will know what Tiske is. Because I didn't even say it properly. You know, about Zubere. I remember there's one guy, my first buy-to-let property, which is a flat. There was one guy called Marios. I see him 1-2 times to say hello to him, and I asked him, like, do you know anyone that might want to rent this flat? So he's like, let me have a look. So I showed him. He's like, yeah, I might know some people. And then I think another time I must have seen him go into the shop that's near the flat. And he's like, I just bought some drink. Do you want one? I'm like, nah, it's cool, man. He's like, no, take it. No, to be fair, I think that was the time where, yeah. So I think he was going to the shop. When I saw him, I said, I got this flat. Do you know if anyone wants to rent it? He was like, can I see it? So like, yeah, come upstairs. He's like, yeah, I'll have a word in it. This is my number, whatever. And he was like, I just went to the shop. Do you want a drink? I'm like, nice. He was like, no, take it. I'm like, I don't even drink alcohol, innit? I was like, I'll give it to my girlfriend. He's like, it's Polish beer, it's nice. It was a Zubre. But yeah, I don't drink. So, what do you think about moving to Dubai? Nah, man, I'm not moving to Dubai, man. That's just. I feel like Dubai, just people are just some sheepish people going there. They just want to go there because it's the place to be. Jay was, I beg you upload the live recordings to Spotify podcast. I hear what you're saying, but why don't you just listen to them on YouTube? Is that because you can't download it or something like that? Yo, why is TikTok not sending notifications you're live no more? I don't know. When you're working and it's just the audio. Yeah, but I mean, what's the difference between just putting the phone in your pocket and having your AirPods in or whatever? Don't complicate this thing, you know. Yeah, don't complicate this thing, my brother. Trust me, like I say to you lot all the time, yeah, you lot should just be listening to what man's saying. That's why I don't give a damn about quality. The quality of my videos has nothing to do with the young youths that have messaged me every other day. Yo, Jay, you've helped me change my life. Yo, Jay, you have inspired me to do something with myself. That's got nothing to do with my quality. Now, one could argue maybe some people may take the time to watch your video if the quality was better. You know what? If this quality is not good enough, then you know what? My videos are not for you. Because trust me, I remember I've listened to one of Andrew Tate's podcasts. Like he had an interview with someone 3 times whilst working in this house here. I think it was at the time when I was doing the tiling. I've listened to it like 3 times over. I didn't know there was one time, yeah, like at one point during the interview, he had some 10 out of 10 girl keep giving him coffee. I didn't even know because I never watched the interview. I'd literally just press play and listening. I had a little loudspeaker and that. He had some blonde chicks, some 10 just giving him coffee every 10 minutes and that. I didn't even know who the person, because I kept on hearing him say, yeah, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Every 15 minutes, this girl come bring him a coffee and that. I didn't even know. Do you know why? Because I'm listening to what he's saying. I don't give a fuck about the footage. It could be the shittest. It could be a black screen. I don't listen to Andrew. I don't watch Andrew Tate's videos to watch him. I listen. So yeah, man, you gotta listen. Don't worry about the content, the camera quality and that. Oh man, yeah, your quality is not good, bro. My content ain't for you. Go watch KSI or one of them idiots there. Yeah, go watch them man there. If you're worried about camera quality, go watch one of them youths there. They can crack jokes all they want. I'm a serious man. I ain't here for no games. You know, some people will say, numbers don't lie. And for the most part, it's true. But there's no way, yeah, and I ain't trying to send shots at KSI. But what I'm saying is there's no way anyone will say that he provides more value than me. No way. No way. Who the hell is inspired by him? No way. No way. No disrespect. Yeah. But if I had his numbers, I don't know how many people he's got following him. Millions, obviously. I would have more of a positive impact on the youth than him. I said Tion Wayne is ops with KSI. Okay. Like, come on, man. You should start a podcast, Jay. Nah, I ain't starting no podcast. He said it in his song. Okay. So Snazzy said, yeah, because man like to watch silliness. You're not rich. You want to be rich. You're not in a position that you want to be in, but you're wasting your time watching silliness. I'm not saying that a man can't have a little bit of downtime and relax, man. You can't be on it 24/7. Yo, when you're spending 4 or 5 hours watching silliness and or playing video games and that, blood, just don't complain when you're not in the position that you want to be in. Imagine if you spent 4 or 5 hours a night working on something that's going to elevate you. Imagine if you put as much effort as you do into completing certain missions or licking down certain man during multiplayer mode, whatever. I don't even know what they call it. What do they even call the multiplayer mode when you're playing online? What do they call it? It's been so long I even forget. What do they call the online multiplayer mode? Probably online multiplayer mode. Yeah, I don't even know. But anyway, when you're putting in that much effort, you're wasting your energy. You could be putting that effort into something else. Big up man like O. I know you. The Hackney man, innit? Yeah, man, you're wasting your time, man, playing video games. Like I said, man would rather level up in the virtual world as opposed to level up in the real world. Do you not remember, yeah, that guy that I spoke about, the 60-plus-year-old man that had the control, the steering wheel for playing video games? And I'm saying that this 60-year-old man, if only you just put the work in real life to level up, he would be able to drive a Lamborghini and a Ferrari in the real world as opposed to the virtual world. You know, I actually came across him again. So he lives, let's say, like in one part of Northampton, but he has a woman who lives in a different part. And I know it's his woman. Like, they might not be together, but the man is definitely the father of her children, because I see some old pictures of them in a cabinet years ago. Yeah, when the man's probably like 40 years old and that. So, yeah, I see him again, you know, that was mad. Yo, you've even appeared on the Jay Wise show, yeah? Yeah, if only that guy just put in the effort into the real world, he could be driving a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or a McLaren. But the reason why man don't want to level up or try to attempt to level up in the real world is because in the virtual world, when you lose, you press the restart button. In the real world, if you lose, you may get hurt, you may get embarrassed, you may be in a financial rut. Yo, this is the risk you got to take. You don't have to. You don't have to take no risks. No risk, no reward. So it's got to be no sacrifice, no reward. If you work 70 hours a day, 70 hours a week, that's a sacrifice. There will be a reward. Money. When you got money, you got more opportunities. Yeah. I said, let's get it. So I'm saying, you want to listen to people that are going to motivate you. People say, oh, this guy's chatting shit, this guy's chatting shit. Why at least I ain't fucking talking about black oppression and how the white man done this and that. I'm saying, yo, even if the man done this, or even if there is black oppression, what are you going to do about it? You're going to sit and complain about it like a bitch online? Or you're going to say, okay, this is the situation. How can we make the best out of this bad situation? Because complaining about it ain't going to do nothing. People have been complaining for the last 40 years. Nothing's changed, allegedly. I don't think there's any black oppression. But let's say there is. Complain about it for the last 4 years, not going to do nothing. What are we going to do about it? Man are talking about, oh, it's harder for a black man to get a job. Well, why don't black people start opening up their own businesses and then they can go and employ their own black people then? Can always move back to Jamaica or move back to Africa. Man want to talk about Africa as the motherland. Like a lot of Caribbeans say this, yeah? Africa is the motherland, but no one's trying to move to Africa. So it made no sense. I said, big up JY's TV, all words. Come on, man. What age did you buy your first property to rent out? Well, my first official one was 28, I think. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even want to be one of these people. Just think positive. But blood, at least you're in a country where things are a little bit harder for black people. Blood, where are the opportunities in Africa? Please tell me. Because I'm sure the Africans are trying to come over here. So even if it is harder for people that look like us over here, it must still be better than Africa and Jamaica. So it can't be that bad. I guarantee you. You see the people that come over from abroad, Jamaica or Africa, they might observe, allegedly, that it's harder for black people. I guarantee you they'd rather stay over here than go back to wherever they're from. I promise you. So you know what? The difficulty over here is still better than the difficulty over there. Let's say it's difficult for people that look like us over here. At least there's still opportunities. Yeah, you can have an even playing field back home in Africa and Jamaica, but there's no opportunities. I'd rather have it harder in a country where there's opportunities than have it the same as everyone else and be on an even playing field than in a country with no opportunities. That means you stand no chance. That's the greatest thing about social media. Every and anyone can make an attempt. Everyone and anyone has the opportunity to become a star. Not overnight, but with work. Remember back in the day, the 90s. You know, some of you young youths weren't even born in the 90s. Some of you young youths are writing on your date of birth 2020, 2006 and shit like that, yeah? In the 90s, yo, opportunities were limited. Yeah, it's oversaturated right now because everyone and anyone can jump on social media, but at least there's an arena for you to step into and try and compete. Back in the day, there was no arena. You would have to have been someone special. I'm not saying, oh, you'd have to know certain people, but god damn it, that would have helped back in the day. You would need that help back in the day. Now, any of you that are watching this right now, you can get off this live stream when I've finished, or right now, and start a TikTok account. Didn't say he was going to blow up overnight. Didn't say he's going to make any money straight away. But you still have the opportunity. There are morons that have hundreds of thousands of followers doing stupidness. I'm not saying this guy's a moron, yeah? No disrespect. I'm not saying this guy's a moron. But there's a guy, yeah? He does these, yeah? Who knows about the guy that the quick man, the fast twitch man? Press 1 in the chat if you've seen the guy that's got the fast hands. Man like that, 100,000 views, million views. Yeah? Making money, just, yeah? No, not Ken Lee. There's another guy, the one that looks like he's from Afghanistan. Yeah? This man's just doing stupidness. Making money. Imagine that. You could sit in your house and do this and pick things up quickly. And because people watch it, now you've provided a salary for yourself. And those videos will never get old. Man could be on a salary of 50 grand a year. Yeah? Even Nadia done a mortgage for a chick. This is what inspired me to jump on TikTok. One day I was just sitting there thinking about it. I was like, hold on a minute. Some goth emo girl bought a property off of TikTok. She was on a salary of like 50 grand making TikTok videos. That's what inspired me to make a TikTok account. You lot should be happy, because if not, you don't want to have me on your screen right now. I will still be in the graveyard of YouTube, not getting no views, or the views, not getting the views that I deserved. Big up Ms. 528. Respect, brother, for the 99p super chat. Oh yeah, you donated last time as well. Respect, respect. Man said, man asked, have you ever had beef with olders? God, they should have called me SOS back in the day. Smack up older specialist. Yeah, man used to beef olders. Yeah. Yeah, man, an SOS. Smack up older specialist, blood. Yeah, man, yeah. How long did it take to get tenants in? I mean, you can get tenants in within 2 weeks. No problem, easy. I'm coming off in 20 minutes, coming off at 11. Yeah, I can't remember what I was just saying. I was just saying something. I can't remember what I was saying. But yeah, anyone can make money. People just be doing foolishness and that online, making money. So any of you lot got any little ideas in that, blood, just try it out. What have you got to lose? You're not going to be any broker. Yeah. The only way is up. And there's a program, the only way is Essex. The only way is up. How many broke people are afraid to start a business? What have you got to lose? In 3 weeks, in 2 years, you're still going to be broke anyway. So you may as well take that leap of faith. It's not like someone that's got, a house and that, if the business crashes, then they might lose everything. If you're broke and living at your mom's house, you ain't got nothing to lose. If everything goes bad and you have £0 and 0 pence, you still live at your mom's house. You will still have a roof over your head, clothes on your back. Hopefully you don't have to sell the clothes. You still have food in the fridge, and you still have electricity. Maybe your mom might be stingy with the gas, but at least you got a roof over your head. If you start a business and it goes wrong and you've got things to lose, then, I'm still saying still try a thing. But definitely, if you're living at your mom's house and that, even if everything goes back, even if they strip you of every single penny, even if they freeze your accounts, you still have a place to stay and food to eat. God forbid you're that hated by your mom that she wouldn't even allow you to eat. Yeah. Someone said, what do you think about guys with 180 bag pendant chains like Fredo and Nines, and them and be saying their chains cost more than a man's whole existence and life? I mean, I don't give a damn how rich I become. I'm not buying and wasting money on those stupid chains and that. I mean, I don't know what they got going on with their property portfolio that does not exist, but they should be investing that money into something more than a fucking chain, man. Stupid, man. This is what happens here when people that look like us get into money, come into money. They spend it on the wrong thing. You think they finance chains? I mean, I don't know. I've never even given it any thought about, like, I just really not interested in how they're acquiring these things, I just think they're stupid. So Real Topics with J-Dub said that money could be spent on a house. Yeah. Someone said, hey, relax, they have houses. I mean, they could have more houses than that. I said that money could have been sent to me. I mean, that money, I mean, they probably got use in that. I mean, the youths have probably got money in their bank account, but There's so many other things in this world that money could be spent on. Like, I've seen them youths that do them videos where they go around to Dubai and Monaco and interview millionaires and billionaires and that. I never see these guys with no big chains. Not no 180 grand chain, no way. And they can afford it. That's talking about he profited 52 million last year. You can afford it. What for? Just become a target. What the hell for? The thing is as well, yeah, if you're wearing a 180 grand chain, you're just going to become a target. And at best, you're going to impress people who have a broke man's mindset. Only a broke man, only a certain low caliber person that will really be respecting someone having a 180 grand chain. If I know a man that's got 100, if I see a man with a 180 grand chain, I'm not going to respect him. I'm just going to think, you could have spent that on something so much more productive. I'd rather see a man drive a 180 grand car than a fucking chain, bro. I know the car's going to lose value, and I know the chain probably is going to increase in value, but still. Mad how people flex with, watch, and live with their moms. Yeah. Trust me, there's a man right now driving an M3, still living at his mom's house. There's a man right now driving a C43, C63 Mercedes, still living at his mom's house. I was in a tenant's house one time, and it was one of those houses where it's easier to park up at the back of the house, because the front of the house there's no parking, it's just like a public footpath. And obviously I'm standing in the hallway, I can see into the kitchen, and the kitchen obviously has a back door which leads to the garden, which leads to the car park at the back of the house. So I hear this car with a loud exhaust. I didn't see this car. Anyway, the woman was like, oh, my son's back. She can hear his car coming. So anyway, the boys come in now. He was younger than me. And they were talking, for a bit, whatever, innit? And I can't remember, the mum said something to him, and his response was, well, that's the best thing about living at home with your mum. You get to drive a car like this. Now, I don't know what it was. It could have just been some shit Golf R with a loud exhaust. Or it could have been an M3, more than likely not. And I just thought, you fool, you really think you're winning by driving whatever car it is and living at your mum's house? Why not get a property that's going to increase in value? That's what I'm saying. These people think they're winning, but they're actually losing. They're literally, I'm not going to say they're cutting off their nose to spite their own face, but they actually think they're winning. Short term, you are, but long term, you're losing. These people that you're impressing allegedly with your car, they're not going to be around when you're broke. They're not going to be, because this is the thing. Everyone that drives a nice, flashy car when they're living at their parents' house, 99.9% of them, when they reach their 30s, mid-30s, they ain't driving that nice, flashy car. Because then reality in real life kicks in. So these people that are wearing these chains and that, the only people on planet Earth that are going to be respecting you for those chains are the people that you don't even want to be around. Yeah, the people them that are going to respect you for these stupid ass fucking chains, you don't even want to network or chat to these people. Telling you, you're only going to impress the wrong people with having a big 180 grand chain. You think here you can go into an environment around millionaires, men that have built up businesses from the ground up. They're not going to give a fuck about your stupid 180 grand chain. They're not. They will care about your business portfolio or your property portfolio, but a proper property portfolio, not just 2 or 3. They're not going to give a damn about your watch collection. They're not going to care. Okay, they might hear or see you got a fancy watch that costs 100 grand. If they ask you how you acquired that money, and if you say, yeah, I'm a rapper, that's it. The conversation's done. They're not interested. So yeah, having a 100 grand watch might draw some good attention, the positive, the right attention. Some millionaires might want to speak to you in an establishment, in a party or a function, and say, okay, so you got a 100 grand watch, because I know what that watch is. Rolex, whatever, is 100 grand. What do you do for a living? I'm a rapper. Conversation done. Conversation done. Okay, you've got money. They don't give a fuck. Whereas, oh, you got 100 grand watch. What do you do for a living? I've got 15 properties in that. A man's going to want to speak to you. Definitely. You got a 100 grand watch. What do you do for a living? I have 3 businesses. I sell sand, I create doors, and I have a logistics company. A man's definitely going to want to speak to you. More than the property man. Yeah, definitely. No one's going to want to, no real businessman is going to want to talk to some damn fool that's got a 180 grand watch, and how he acquired that money is through rap. I'm not interested. A man would not be interested. No serious businessman will be interested to no guy on no fucking one. Man loves it. I'm a rapper. Now you can be a rapper, but just be a businessman at the same time, man. Coming off in 8 minutes at 11 o'clock. What was the age that you started? 24. Oh, 8 years since I bought my first property. Property seemed a bit played out. Yeah. I hear that. With these high interest rates and shit like that, and then you have to deal with fucking the government not supporting you, and it's not even the government not supporting you. It's like landlords have no power. All these landlords can't even now demand 5 months rent up front. You can only demand 1 month's rent up front. What? Blood, it's either they can pay or they can't. If they can't pay, then they have to go somewhere else. It's like it's coming like we landlords are now obligated to house people. It's like we're doing the council's work. Fuck off, man. Piss off. This is the thing, yeah. Landlords have no power. You can't phone the police to remove a tenant, but your mum can phone the police on you, and the police can come and remove you from your mum's house. Where's the fucking logic in that? Whether your mum owns the property or it's a council house, your mum can phone the police and have you removed from the house because you're being a complete nuisance. But if your tenant stops paying rent, you can't have the police remove the tenant from the house. It doesn't make no sense whatsoever. Just don't get it. You think GCSEs in school is useless in life or not? GCSEs and school, very useful. Do you know why? Because when you get sick, who do you go to? When you were taught in school, who taught you? When you buy a property, who do you go to? When you were sick, you went to a doctor. When you were in school, you were taught by a teacher. When you buy a property, you go to a conveyancing solicitor. All of those people had to start off at school and then go to university and get a degree. These people are important people. These people will be an important people in your life. So yeah, it is important school, university and that. But obviously, there are a lot of idiot parents out here that say, oh, university is a waste of time. I know there's one jackass that has a degree and they're working some shit job. Well, if you know a jackass that's, has a degree and working a shit job, well, maybe you're a jackass too. These parents will never tell you about the doctor that's on 100 grand a year that they go to see. These parents will never tell you about the headmaster that they had that was on 120 grand a year. These parents will never tell you about these stockbrokers that get a 50 grand bonus every quarter of the year. They forget that part though, innit? Every fucking time. I've had parents say to me, I know this guy. He has a degree from King's College University, but he works at a petrol station. Why are we talking about wastemen that don't have no ambition? Tell me about them bankers and lawyers that are retired at 35 years old. Always want to talk about the negative. Just because, that's what I'm saying, a lot of these working class parents, is like they have beef with university. A lot of them are just jealous because they never had the opportunity or whatever, they fluffed it, whatever. They don't want their kids to go to university and that. There's a lot of jealous parents out here, It's mad. I know you'd think, nah, there are parents who are jealous. I've told you lot this before. When I used to go home to my mum used to watch this program called Say Yes to the Dress. And it's about women that are getting married. So these chicks will be young, 21, 25. And the mum will be trying to compete with the daughter, saying that, oh yeah, your dress is nice, but my wedding dress was better. What? The fuck, man? Like, parents that don't want their kids to go to private school because they're afraid that their kid will think that they're better than them. I mean, I don't send my son to private school. My son thinking that he's better than me is the least of my worries. And you can think what you want. The reason why you're in this position is because of me. If it weren't for me, if you lived next door, or if you lived somewhere else in a different house, you wouldn't be going to private school because your parents wouldn't be me. So you can think you're better than me all you want, but the reason why you're in the position that you're in now is because of my hard work. So yeah, I want my son to be better than me. Yeah. I ain't about suppressing people. I'm about elevating people. I only want winners around me. So that's why I looked at who was around me. I said, no, I do not have time for these people. They are not winning, so therefore they will not see me. That's why certain people have not seen me in a year. That's why, because you're not winning. I know you're not winning. I don't even need to ask you. You've been in the same position for the last 5 to 10 years. You may as well just start going back in time. I could have been in a coma for 10 years and you still wouldn't have passed me. I could stop what I'm doing right now and sit in a room for 5 years and you won't even catch up. You won't even be halfway to what I have. Do you want a joke, Tim? So if any of you lot are you lot should be on the right path to leveling up. Look around you, look at the people around you, just ask yourself, is this guy going anywhere? If you look at certain year mans them and think, you ain't going nowhere, bro, get rid of them. Distance yourself from them at least. You don't have to completely cut them off. Yo. But you know what, yeah? When you're on the right path and you're actually leveling up and you're doing things, you're naturally going to distance yourself from these people because you don't even have time to chat to these people because you're so fucking busy. What if your brethren is a cool guy, but he's just there? Would you still cut him off? I mean, you don't need to completely cut them off and that, but yo, the thing is, yeah, when you're so busy on your mission that you ain't even gonna have Tell me how you're gonna have time for your friend, yeah? When you're working 60 hours a week-ish, and at the same time, when you come home during your spare time, you're building up your TikTok, your YouTube following, filming, making videos, doing reaction videos, cutting up the videos, editing. You ain't gonna have time for this fool. You ain't. You work from 8 to 6, and you go to the gym or exercise and that. So you're trying to tell me you do 60, 70 hours a week. When you get your free time, you allot that to building up your social media following so you can make some money by way of doing reaction videos, live streams and that, just general classic view videos where you're just sitting in front of the camera talking. How the hell, yeah? And you do, and then on the weekend, you dedicate a portion of your weekend to do. How the hell are you gonna have time for these people every day? Naturally, you're just gonna create that distance, which is good. You don't even really need to cut these people off, like in that sort of way. You're just naturally you're gonna have to cancel plans. Yo, I ain't even gonna have time for this, big man. Sorry, big man, I can't link you today, you know. I just got a mentoring session come up. So I'm gonna have to see you in 3 weeks. This was the only opportunity, but yo, are you paid for a mentoring session? Yo, I'm taking this £60. Boom. And if a man's angry that you have to cancel plans with him because he's taking a mentoring session for £60, I'm not saying this has happened to me. I'm just fucking stuff out of thin air. Then yo, he's a joke, man. He don't understand. Things come up. Money is more important. Yeah. You know why? Because that same guy there, you see that same man that you may have cancelled, you know, linking up with him because you need to go and make some money elsewhere, doing a mentor session for £60. That same guy, if you asked him for £60, you say, nah, I ain't got it. Anyway, I'm coming off now. 60 seconds. So this is basically next week's live stream. So I ain't gonna be going live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Probably not. You never know. I might treat you. Yeah, man said, are you in the new yard? Yeah, I'm in the new yard still. Oh, that's why the kitchen. I ain't got no blinds yet. I'm just using a piece of cardboard at the window. That's why the fridge is here. The fridge is just here temporarily. It's gonna be in my cupboard, but the cupboard needs sorting out. I just left it there. So that's why it's here. Man say, where's that guy? Man say, where's that brother that acted like his boy wanted advice for a girl? Yeah. I know. I ain't even gonna say his name, but yeah, big him up still. He's not in this live stream. He's a YouTube viewer. He don't come on TikTok. All right, I'm done now. I'll see you lot. Maybe if you lot are lucky, I may grace you lot, you know, in 3-4 days time. Maybe I ain't making no promises. You never know. I respect you lot, yeah. All right, YouTube man, them I'm done. Respect to Ms. What's his name? Ms. 528. Respect for the 99p, man.